raise your prices when you're in demand.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna sell strawberries and they're $3 on the streets and for $12 unless your strawberries are like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're the freshest of the freshest.
Okay.
You just picked them.
Yeah.
See, there's levels to your prices now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I know a barber charging $25 right now. I know a barber charging $10,000 for a haircut.
I said, you know, it's Next Level Nation, right?
It's Next Level Nation, y'all.
Yeah.
Right here on the Next Level Nation podcast. Y'all know it's next level.
Next level.
Not new level. Next.
Yes,
Next.
Next.
And y'all see.
Wait, officially, what?
Officially.
How do I tell my people, like, where to find y'all? Next level or new level? What is it?
Next Level Nation. Next Level Nation
Let's
on
go.
everywhere. All social media platforms. It's Next Level Nation. We moved to the next level, y'all. It was the D&D Level Up podcast. Y'all can still watch our stuff. But just know we're on the next level.
Correct.
Next Level Nation. TTMT.
And King D Money.
You already know, man.
Let's go.
We're back again. As y'all see,
Yep.
the ambiance is a little
Yeah.
different. It's a little different, man.
Most viewed
Most
videos.
viewed videos right.
Yeah.
Most viewed video right
Yeah,
now, man.
exactly.
I'm loving this space, man.
Yes.
And we got
Kenny and Marvin.
Fade in the Yard.
The Art.
That's right.
Awesome name. I remember the first time I talked to you about that whole name. I talked to Marvin. I was like, bro, why did y'all name it Fade of the Art? Because I would have thought it'd been Art of the Fade. You know what I'm saying? But you told me the reason why. Why?
Yeah. Nah, just one day, as we're brainstorming, chopping it up, what we're gonna name the shop. We're looking up synonyms and antonyms and things that are catchy, that sound cool.
Yeah.
And just state of the art, and then we just blurted out Fade of the Art.
Okay.
Had a little ring to it, and it got on the list. But we kept searching, but that was the winner. And here we are.
That's crazy, man. And when I first came in, this place is always so packed, bro. In terms of like people coming in, and I saw when you kind of see like some of the shops that are like next door, there's nobody there. That the business is closed down. You guys have a viable business that's going on. Can you kind of expand on how you guys got started and got the business to get you to a certain point where it's packed? You guys have barbers in here. They're all excellent workers. Give us a little bit rundown if the person wanted to start a shop, what they would have entailed to do in order to get to the point where you guys are at right now.
Right before that, introduce yourselves.
Yes.
Okay.
To the Next Level Nation.
I don't know what camera I'm looking
Right,
at.
Whichever one you want to look at, just look straight forward, B.
I'm Marvin the Barber. I'm 28 years old. I'm kind of grew up here in Coral Springs, Florida. And I've been a barber for 10 years and building a strong foundation to answer his question is a big part of it. And this is my right-hand man. You know who you are.
I know me from the last time on Next Level Podcast, Ken. This is my man Marv, and like he said, I'm gonna follow up with him. Building a strong foundation, believing in yourself, and going out there and proving yourself over some time, because time takes time for everything, right? So, getting to that level where you believe in yourself enough where other people believe in you. And we got people walking in the door for that one specific reason, but other reasons too. But that's a big part of it, believing in yourself, for sure. People will believe in you.
That's dope, man. That's dope, man. So, you want to say something?
Yeah. So, let's get straight to it, man. I'm looking at all this great stuff in here, man. And this doesn't happen, overnight.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this looks like it. I don't know what I was gonna say. It looks like it feels like it happened like faster than it would for somebody else.
Correct. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? There's other people that have been in this business. I've watched other barbers just cut all their lives. That's it. There's no aspirations of owning their own shop. They just want to pay the rent at the end of the month and go home. what about you guys was different, or might be different than somebody that's just what they wanted to do? What was y'all aspiration? Y'all always wanted to just
You understand his
open
question?
shops?
I understand. I
Yeah,
can answer.
Help me out.
Well, first part is we probably heard it before. You could get far by yourself. You could get farther with the team.
Of course, yes.
With a nice support system. So that's a big part of it. And yeah, just believing and dreaming and having a vision and planning and being structured and disciplined and how you said it feels like it was overnight, but it's been cooking in the pot for a long time. Especially for me personally, it's something I've always thought about, for years now. And we're 3 years in, and it's still cooking, and we still got more to serve. So it's never gonna stop.
And it's funny because when you cooking something right, you don't never know when it's ready until it's ready.
Yeah.
And when you put that spoon in there, you turn the stove off because it's done. We're far from that process, but we know it exists.
Yeah.
The stew is cooking, and the thing is, that's the journey of it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because the whole thing is like the start of life is when you think about what you're gonna cook. You feel me?
Yeah.
What am I gonna cook?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you turn the stove on. Let there be light type thing. Not to get all biblical, but you get what I'm saying? You gotta turn the light on for it to cook.
Yeah.
But before you even turn the light on, what is there to cook? You gotta chop the potatoes. You gotta chop the vegetables. Sancocho is a difficult plate to make, but it's so simple at the end because it's done when it's done.
Yeah.
And you eat it, and it's a soup, but it's a different type of soup. It's been cooking since somebody said, you know what? This Sunday I'm making sancocho. And everybody in the house said, oh shit, sancocho? They thought about cooking.
You know what sancocho is?
No, I have
no
idea.
I'm not there yet.
It's a Spanish plate. Dominicans could take whatever what's the word? They could say it's theirs, but it's also a Puerto Rican plate, a Colombian plate, a Venezuelan plate. But it's just a soup with everything. Like vegetables.
It's like the jambalaya soup.
Jambalaya, yeah. Just
the
vegetables, meat, chicken, shrimp. You could do whatever you want with it. It's a soup that got everything and it's been cooking. And
you hear that name ringing the crib, it's like
sancocho,
son cereal.
Okay. Sancocho, guys.
Long story short, that's what happened right here. Like, he was cooking. He was chopping up shit. I was chopping shit up. He had the potatoes. I had this and that. And he had that and this. And I said, let's turn the oven on. What are we doing?
Start cooking.
So right now we in the brewing process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He chopped up what he had to chop. Everybody got a job in the kitchen.
Big pot in it.
And that's why this happened. Because we understand that he really chopping in there.
Yeah.
I'm really chopping in here. We get together, we cooking. You get what I'm saying? This is who I need to talk to. When you have a dream out there, you need to think of yourself as, am I going to be the only chef in the restaurant? Or do I need a sous chef? Do I need to be the sous chef? And I need to hire a chef? It's just a lot of thinking. So you got to think about that. And you in the kitchen, you cooking. How you cooking? Who's the chef? Are you the chef or you just guy that owns the restaurant? Because you could be that too.
Yeah.
But we cookers. We chopping in the kitchen. And we own the restaurant. It's levels. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So it's a lot of levels to this.
So let me ask you guys a question. Because I've always seen that barbers are always very creative individuals, right? So you guys are creative when it comes to getting certain things. How did you guys even get into cutting somebody who trusted you? Because I always think about it like this: like as a man, right? To be a barber, you got to be able to have somebody trust you to put your hands on them. You know what I'm saying? So what does it take as a personality to be able to let another guy, cut your hair? Because you got to be open to everybody. Because if you're not open to everybody, no one's going to let you cut your hair. So how do you get to the point where you feel comfortable enough to the person you meet the first time to let them know, like, yo, I got you. I'm going to take care of you. How do you get them to be comfortable? Because that's person. Because if they don't like you, of course, they're not gonna
come back.
They're not gonna come back or nothing. So how do you guys do that?
Well, for me,
we got green eyes, man.
He's
killing it every day.
We're in the way society is now. Your image is, does sell itself. Okay. So if somebody sees that you're well taken care of, whatever, that's already like your first impression.
Yeah.
If this guy keeps his beard straight, he must know how to do my beard.
Exactly.
There's no way he's gonna demand a perfect beard and not give me one. There's no way.
Exactly.
But me personally, I started cutting myself.
Okay.
That was in high school, and before you know it, people were asking me, "Yo, who cuts your hair?" And then that's where one thing led to another.
Yeah.
So I just had proof in the pudding.
Yeah.
I just showed you, I told you, and I offered it to you.
Correct.
And then the conversation, the humbleness, the just relating to somebody, it all goes hand in hand, and you make a client in it. You make a lot of clients in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
A lot of barbers do. A lot of barbers that got clients because they're nice, like they're a good person. They know how to talk. They're your therapist. How they say it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of barbers that make clients off of just, I'm here for your image. I could give you the best haircut. I know how you could look better. You don't know how you could look better, but I know how you could look better because you have an eye for it. And then there's the whole package, and that's a very important one, to try to be a little bit of everything, and you're gonna get a little bit of everything.
How do you know when you're cutting it, when you see an image of a person, you're trying to cut their hair? How do you know the difference between what they want and what you want to do for them, what you know is going to be good for them? How do you divide that line? You know what I'm saying?
I would feel like it's education, You got to guide the client through the process. He's not going to just believe you, what you're saying.
Correct.
You're talking about switching the whole image up. You got to explain why you're switching the image up. If the client has a round face and you're giving them a square look, you got to understand they kind of balance each other and it looks good, and we can grow some hair on top so it changes your profile.
Yeah.
Or, you got to give them some type of education behind the change. Nobody's going to give you a change unless it makes sense.
So we're not just chopping up when we sitting in the chair. We're not just
cutting nothing. No, this is like, even if you come in and you ask.
It can be that. Some people, it can be that, but that's just the foundation of barbering.
Right.
Once you take it to
the
next level.
To the next level.
That was a drop. That was a drop.
Next level.
We can take it to the next level. You understand?
Exactly. Okay, man. So man, you gotta just take it to the next level.
So we're not cookie cutting nothing.
No, we're not cookie cutting.
No.
So you got a specific plan when you deal with the client. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's foundations, right? There's you do any haircut.
Yeah.
You're placing a bald part. You're placing a half. There's foundations,
right?
But it's the next step is like multi-layered thinking. We could stay on level 1 all day and say, are we doing a fade? We doing a blow? Okay, now we can go to that next layer of thinking and say, what am I doing a fade on? A human? Next layer. What am I doing human on? Skin? Is he an alien? What kind of texture of skin am I fading? There's so many layers to the shit, but obviously we're skipping so many of those, right? We're getting straight to the point. That's the point of the conversation, right?
Yeah.
So it's the point of barbering. You got to get straight to the point. I'm cutting your hair. I'm going to keep it real with you. You going bald.
Yeah.
That's true. It makes sense. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to play with you. I'm trying to give you the right look. I'm trying to get you confident. I tell you this all the time. I don't sell haircuts. I sell confidence.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
No, that's literally my thing. You know what I'm saying? I say that.
He's been saying that for years.
Understand, bro. It's state of the art.
He's been saying that for years.
Years, bro.
And I got told that today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right.
By a client that I cut the second time. He's like, bro, that first haircut you gave me, today was the second time back. He's like, it was a long time since I felt like that. I got all type of compliments.
Transformations?
No, not
you
transformation.
changing.
He's a good looking dude. He's sharp, but just I stand out for some reason to him, and he was like, bro, everybody was complimenting me, this and this and that. As soon as he got out the chair, my next client was an older lady, and she's like, oh, I like your hair. And I'm like, there you go, first compliment, just like that. He's like, he looked at me, he's like, you the man. And that's, for me, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I like barbering. I love barbering because it's my chance to make people feel better.
Mm-hmm. What about in terms of your worst client? You know what I'm saying? I've seen you like deal with like kids who are like crying. They're like, it doesn't matter what you do, they're all over the place. And you were like so calm, so collective, and they're like all like crying all over the place, moving their head. And you of course their parents are looking, you know what I'm saying, to see like, you know, what are you doing to my child? You know what I'm saying? But you were like cool, calm, and collected. You told the little boy like, hey, yo, calm down. I'm doing this with you. And he was still like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? He was still going. But how do you keep your cool under pressure when you know there's somebody else who's expecting you to do a certain type of job on somebody else?
At least for kids, it is hard because you got to make it clear to the parent, like, you know, I can't give your son or, you know, your nephew, your son, the perfect burst, skin fade, low fade. Because look, you know, this is my canvas. Yeah. And I got a canvas that's going like this. How am I going to paint a perfect picture? True. But me as a barber, I do want to cut you again. Yeah. So I got to train him. Yeah, I got to not traumatize him. Exactly. And he's never going to want me to cut his hair if I make it seem like I don't want to cut your hair either. True. So I'm trying to ease him in, you know, look, you see, nothing happened. Yeah, yeah. And that's it. And the second time it's going to get better. Third time it's going to get better. Before you know it, you've been cutting a kid for 6 years, and you're like, damn, bro, I remember when you was doing some crazy shit, and now we trying to play Call of Duty together. You're trying to add it on PlayStation. It's crazy. So it is a very...
The relationships with kids in this chair gets crazy, man. You'll cut a kid not driving, all of a sudden he's pulling up to the shop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's wild, bro. Like, it really shows our age. When my boy his son comes in, and his son is driving up to the shop now, I'm like, wow, I guess I'm like, that's that old.
Yeah, you know that time, bro. It started getting on you.
No, man, y'all cooking.
Yeah, we cooking.
It's all about the kids, man. You can't forget about the kids. It's all about the kids too. I love how they refresh me and give me their perspective on what the world is today.
That's a fact. You both have kids, right?
Yeah, I got 2 little boys, 5 and 3-year-olds. Okay. Gabian and Cayenne.
Shout out to all
the kids. Messing everything up, but coming.
Dope, man.
Shout out to Amelia and Gabriella. Y'all sleeping right now. Y'all better be sleeping. Better be sleeping.
So let me ask you a question. What kind of legacy you guys want to leave? I know you guys want to start working in expanding your business, right? Now, how hard is that to expand the business? You have to have a foundational set already. You guys started really quickly and jumped off really quickly. I remember you told me before, Kenny, that you guys got a loan together. Because when I looked at it, I was like, these guys are way too young to own this business. I was like, who's the owner? I couldn't even tell who owned it because everybody was so excellent at their job. And I was like, man, you guys are so humble when it comes down to your business. I would have never known. And I was like, Marv be so cool and calm and collective. Like, you're both kind of like the polar opposites of each other. How do y'all guys work together, like, in sync? Because, like, Kenny, you're very, you know, out there, man. You know what I'm saying? You have a big personality. Kenny's, and Marvin's just cool as ice, man. Calm and collective, bro. How do y'all keep that together, man? Balanced.
I mean, in my voice, in my words, I would say, just like you said, yin and yang exist together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Counterparts.
It's almost kind of like, you know, what draw, I would tell you like this, what draws us more in my eyes together, instead of like looking and focusing on how we're so different, is what draws us together is that we're both, like I said, related earlier, like we both get busy. We respect each other as men and as barbers to partner up in a barber shop because you got to respect somebody as a man first. Correct. Yeah. Then you got to respect somebody as a barber or a businessman to partner up with them on a business level. Yeah, that's totally, you get what I'm saying? That's completely different. When 2 barbers get together, it's a level of respect there, and then it's a level of I respect you as a barber as well. That I know that whether it's just me and you in the barbershop and no, we don't got no barbers and we got this rent to be paid, I know that we pay that shit. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's nothing. Yeah. Let's go. We get to work.
That's what I feel about me and Daryl, King D Money, because when we decided to do the podcast, we never let anything stop us. We just keep going. We just keep going. But it's very rare that you find individuals who's like on the same level as you and willing to go to different levels with you. So where did you guys meet initially the first time?
You want to say it? I'll say it. You want to say it?
Yeah,
What's that club?
It wasn't a kitchen.
That was the show. We had gloves on, but it wasn't no kitchen.
Nah, we met at a barbershop. I was already working at the barbershop. Then he came in working to that barbershop. I don't know if it was right away, but we ended up being like neighbors, barbers that worked next to each other.
Yeah.
And we became friends first.
Okay.
He was like, my day off is Monday. My day off is Monday. You know, I call you, what's up? You trying to play ball? What's up? Let's go over here. Let's go to the mall. Let's just hang out. And we got really, comfortable with each other, used to each other, respected each other, loved each other for what we brought to the table and the energy and just, and then, situations led us to another place and that even made our bond stronger and stuff like that. And we just, from the signs that come from above, we listen to them, we feel them, we hear them. And we just, how you said, we just keep going. We don't let nothing stop us. Always have faith and just keep going.
It's a special situation when, like, you hear about like people in past, like.
Now I didn't talk to them for like 3 months. He was my neighbor. I didn't talk to him.
Wow,
That's a fact.
I was just, how you said, I was just calm, cool, collected.
You're like a silent killer.
He's always been the same way though.
He's always been. I assume that you always been. The only thing is, when he told me like initially like how old you were, like I think I was talking to either Jonathan or Gene before. I forgot who was, or Danny. It was probably because I've been almost like in everybody's seat except Steve, and I don't know why. You never watched
Shout out
Steve. Never Steve.
It's just a beard.
Shout out Steve.
Hey,
it's okay, Steve.
Bro.
But Steve just started giving me dap and saying what's up, man. Like, just in the last like 2 years or whatever. I was like, okay.
The last 2 years is crazy.
Because Steve would be like,
Yo, the last 2 years was rough.
I'm
The last week was cool. You know,
Oh my God, bro.
Yo,
2 years is crazy.
Like,
Yo, shout out Steve.
Shout out Steve has parties and stuff. Steve's Jamaican. He's a brother, bro. He's a brethren.
Oh man, that makes it worse. Though.
I used to be like, hey, Steve, what's up, man? He'd be like, okay, yeah. He'd be still cutting hair. But now Steve, he give me a dap now. It's like, after, I guess he feels like, you got to get to know you, whatever the case may be. But you know what? I always felt like Barb was a silent killer. You never know what's going on with Marv. He was always cool, calm, and collected, bro. I was like, man, I don't know what's going on in Marv's head, bro. But obviously, you guys were young, and when we had pre-conversation, we were talking that luckily he had. I always knew that he had like I could tell like he had like an old soul, like what I'm saying. He already had like pre-knowledge to know like what's up, what's going on, man, before the time, and like a different level of maturity, like early.
That's exactly what it is.
I could tell. I was like, dang, why is he so young? He's so mature, bro. That didn't make any sense to me. I was like, yo, I wish I was.
And he's the younger brother. That's what blows my mind when you get to know him. For us, like he's the younger brother, acting.
Exactly. I always feel like, damn. I was like, with Marv there, I always feel like, damn, I feel like I need to be more than adult.
No disrespect, but like
everybody's catching straight. Big bro, Steve.
Big bro, you already know, man. You're my role model.
What?
No, Big Bro is on some shit too. Like, don't get it fucked up.
Big Bro is a monster.
Oh, really?
He's a
Did
monster.
you get that from your brother? Because
I think I got it from him, and we both got it from the same place that we grew up in a business kind of family.
Yeah.
My uncle, my mom, they all have a supermarket business.
Okay.
And we grew up there. That was our aftercare after school. Seeing everybody taking care of their business. Up north.
Get the drop, man.
Shout out to Key Foods, Bravo Supermarket, Seatown Supermarket. That's who I am.
Let's do it.
But yeah, I grew up in just looking at business, thinking I was 10 years old, ready to work. Like I already knew and I was working.
Yeah.
I've been grinding. just bagging groceries at the supermarket, being a little kid. Oh, here, take $1, take $1. Before you know it, I had $60. Oh, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. And now I got my PlayStation 2. That's really what it was. And my mom, she's my biggest inspiration. She's
mommy, man.
She's the hardest worker I know, and if I don't work harder than her, then I failed her. So that's my inspo.
Did your brother, like, in terms of your personality, of being able to see things early on, like at the maturity level, who do you get that specifically from? Like that level of calmness and level of business mindset?
I would say, a lot to him. Our journey was kind of like at the same time. When he took off in his business, I was taking off in my business. But his business, barbering is a big business, but supermarket is a big business, is way bigger business. So he was holding it down there, and now just our circumstances of life makes you mature sometimes. And having kids early. All those little things all add up, and I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah, that's good.
But
that's dope.
Fellas, we're gonna get into it. Now, earlier, before, what I'm saying, we get on here, we go before the podcast, man, we start asking questions. We start, getting to know each other. And I asked these guys, I said, give me 3 words that might describe you better than, any other words. What describes the shop and how the shop is moving? What words would inspire somebody else to move like y'all moving? No, they can't move how y'all moving, because y'all cool. Y'all doing y'all thing. But what's something that you would say to the next inspired barber? Somebody that's easily inspired.
To describe the barbershop and give inspiration.
Yeah, the barbershop.
The barbershop.
And how y'all plan is moving right now.
I would say
So you got 3 words, I got 3 words. So that's 6 words.
6 words. So we got 6.
Exactly. I mean, y'all can do them in tandem. 1, 2, or 2 and 1. 1, 2,
back to back.
Back to back. Any business, this is just business. It needs to be organic.
Okay.
Organic.
Gotcha.
Nothing can just come out of the,
right here.
Exactly.
It can't just come out of the blue. It has to be organic. It has to be cooking. That's what organic means.
Okay.
When you cook something,
Correct.
it's non-GMO.
Well, you would hope it's cooked
organic.
organic. Not everything is organic. Remember,
No microwave.
it's a great.
No microwave.
So no, we're not progressive. We're not progressive over here. We're not chicken noodle soup.
So organic. For me, the word humble is a big word. And lately, everybody knows that book. What's it called? Atomic Habits. So I like to think like, that book talks about the small things you do. A lot of small good habits will lead to a big outcome.
Yes, sir.
Same thing with the opposite. Eliminate those small bad habits, because they will catch up to you. And that's something I'm developing every day in my head. Like, that's a bad habit. Stop doing that. That's a bad habit. Don't let them do that. That's a bad habit. Let's keep moving. Let's erase that. That's not what to do. So my 2 words are organic and humble. You got the 3rd.
I had 3 words myself.
Let's go. You got. That's
I would say.
It's for the pod.
I would say unique. Just to start off like that, just because if you're gonna do it, do it your way. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna do it is your way. Don't set up no barbershop looking like somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Don't do your shop like you see somebody else on Instagram. Look at it and flip it. Do your thing. Be unique.
Be inspired.
Be inspired.
Don't copy. Be inspired.
Yeah, because the same thing is what you don't see on the internet is business models.
Yeah.
You just see the model of the business.
Correct. Yeah.
You don't see the business model.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, when you go into it, just be conscious of how and why you set up your business. That leads me to my 2nd word, which is purpose. Don't go into business for no reason. Go into business to be real business, eccentric people. Don't open up a business just to say, "Oh yeah, I did it."
Yeah.
We didn't just do it. We got to keep doing it and showing up the next day and do it again, and show up the next day and then do it again. Because we are the business.
This is who we are.
So purpose is my second word. That's a fact. And I'm gonna say the last word I got is family, because if you're gonna do it, treat everybody like family.
Yeah.
Because if they believe in you, believe in them.
Yeah.
Point blank. Period. We all,
Right.
yo, you came with me.
Yeah.
You wanted to. Word.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So I'm gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
And once I figure out you're not working with me, I'm gonna address the topic, because guess what family do? We talk.
Yeah.
We gotta talk. You know, family. Family's the word. I don't want to get into too much of it, but at the end of the day, it's family, because it has to be a family-based orientation until you Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Then it's like robotic shit. But if you're gonna open up a barbershop, especially one like Theater of Art, where you have an organic purpose, you want to include family in it. He has a family. I gotta respect that he's a family man. I got a family. I gotta respect that I'm a family man. Everybody in here might have a family, so we gotta treat it like a family. That's my third word.
Dope.
I do notice.
You got any shop questions?
Yeah, I got tons of shop questions.
Like shop questions, like some quirky, man, some crazy questions, man.
I know he got a lot of shop questions. You know why? Because if you coming through,
Maybe
man,
we at the shop.
when you coming
No,
through, man,
hold on, bro. Hold on, this is our last interview. Don't even come to the shop, bro.
I got on the Nina.
No, he don't come to the shop.
Hold on.
Shout out to everybody in the background.
Look, I'm telling you. Hey, man, I got on the Nina, the Penta, and the Santeria.
I see you got one, though.
30 minutes.
Yo, guys, he doesn't come to the.
He comes to the shop when it's purposeful.
Look, man. Look. If it was closer, like even 15 minutes closer,
I want to hear that.
I tried, bro.
We got clients coming from Miami.
I've driven.
We got clients coming from
I'm not
Boca.
lying to you, but from Miami. But I can do it. You know what I'm saying? We can make it happen. Because it needs to be done, y'all. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Listen,
about it.
next interview we
Stay.
doing, you not doing no hat.
No hat.
No, you coming
No hat.
fresh
Y'all don't want that.
with the braids.
Y'all don't want that pressure.
And we gonna provide the braids.
Everybody go out to line themselves up after I get done with this. But everybody.
Yeah.
Shop questions,
so
man.
shop
Let's
questions.
I got some shop questions.
Hey, so this is one thing I do want to know, man. I did mention this before. How do y'all feel when someone decides to go, like, I feel guilty because, you know, if you decide to go with another client, like, I don't really want, I want to go with Jonathan instead of Gene or
Or
something.
like when you change your barber?
Yeah, when you change your barber and stuff. You don't feel
Personally,
ways?
no. In another person's barbershop, no, and especially not here. I want everybody to share clients. That's the point of the barbershop.
Yeah, most
That
barbers like
my client can't come to me, he'll go to him. The day his client can't go to him, he'll come to me.
Yeah.
And that's how we build the community, how we build the family, how we keep the train rolling.
Yeah, that's not.
That's how I cover his back, how he covers my back.
That's unique, like you
That's
said.
different.
Because, you know, most people, like most barbers, they don't like that. Like, you go over there, man, they be looking at you like crazy, like, yo.
Can I say something to all barbers?
Across
This is the
all
message out there for all
platforms?
barbers right now.
Stop being so ego-driven and stop wearing your pride in your sleeve.
That's a fact.
Let's take care of the community. Now let's do our thing. We got the B roll, we got the ABC roll, and we got the Joe roll.
No, but he's 100% right.
But shout out to all the
Keep going.
barbers, man. Do your thing, but stop being so ego-driven and so pride-driven. It's something I personally see on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and just, you know, do everything with love, man. Stop. Leave that for somewhere else. For a one-on-one based competition. This is a community. This is a family. This is a team. And your barbershop and our barbershop, it don't matter where you at, man. Just do it with love.
Yeah, because, you know, I sensed that when we first got here. I sensed that when we first got here. That's a drop. I sensed that when we first got here that everybody else was on the high level. How did you pick them? Like, how did you bring these guys together to get into this particular shop, to get them particularly working in this culture like this?
No, I was just pointing up.
Okay, to God. Okay, you can speak about God, man. We good.
Nah. That's all I gotta say. But they picked
Yeah,
us.
exactly.
They picked us.
They picked you. Okay.
They picked us.
So how did you evaluate them? So look, I'm a business owner, and I'm a business barber owner, right? Or owner who's a barber who has a business, and I want to pick barbers. How do I pick the best barbers for my spot? How do I do that?
I'm not gonna tell you specifically, but in plain word, he could tell you specifically. But
I'll tell you
you
right
hire,
now.
you hire the person, not the barber.
Okay. Wow. So what if they don't have the skill level? Do you
It'll
give them
get there.
probation?
It'll get there.
It'll get there.
Really?
At the end of the day, if
It'll
you
get
provide,
there.
you know, it's
You're only
it's
a
a
product
code that
of your
everybody
environment.
knows.
That's
Exactly.
True. It's true. You're right.
Or-
yeah.
It'll get there.
When you at
And you hire the person, not
Wow.
the barber. And I think that's in any industry.
Yeah. So you hire people who already have the right spirit or the right energy. You don't
The
just
right
have
mindset,
the right mindset.
energy, the right.
It's a cohesive blend of things that
Yeah.
somebody brings to the table.
And obviously, you see the potential. You're like, okay, I see the haircut, I see the lineup, but you could tell when if you've been cutting long enough, you could tell like he's gonna get better. Just, you know,
That's a fact.
it might not be tomorrow, but if you just gotta believe in him and believe in her or believe in her, and it'll come.
So the other side of the equation is
Believe in her. Shout out to the female barbers out there.
Yeah.
Shout out-
Yeah.
Shout out to the female barbers. Y'all going crazy.
Yeah.
right
I
now.
don't really see too many female barbers out
They
there.
come.
Oh,
They
man,
come.
they
Oh, they on their way?
Okay.
They out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Hey, matter of fact, if you're a female barber, drop a little thing in the comments because honestly, we want to hire you right now. Like female barbers, real talk. I need to hire you right now. We're the top level of expertise. I need you on the team. I need the top level woman barber to show these guys who's the real boss.
They get the shot out of here, bro.
oh they cooking to him, right? I can see
Yeah.
it, bro.
You know what I mean?
You know, that's a little sauce right there.
Coming up.
Yeah, man. So the other side of that is if you like coming up and you're around sort of kind of sucky barbers, you might just be stuck like that for a little while.
Well, can I say something real quick? Because I'm gonna address the
let's
topic.
get to the it's the
I'm
dirty
gonna
end.
get to the
real
topic for real. Let me look at everybody's eyes in the camera. If you're watching this at home, listen, guys. Pertaining to his question, if you feel like you're the best barber in the barbershop and you've outgrown everything, please do us. Call us right now. 1-800 have the cojones. All right? So you got to have the balls to leave that shop and realize that you've outgrown that shop. Realize that you deserve better in your life and go and get it. That's what we did. Call us. Fate of the Art Barbershop. 1-800 cojones. That was the drop. You hear me?
drop.
Listen, at the end of the day, I'm back to the conversation.
Yeah.
It's like that, bro. You're gonna be in barbershops. There's gonna be people that you feel like you're better than. Then there's gonna be somebody you friendly competing with. Then there's gonna be an asshole in the shop that's really good at cutting hair. Barbershops are fucking tricky, bro. You gotta be in the vibe.
I relate them to basketball.
Get it, go crazy.
Oh.
Okay.
Real talk.
Oh, we going NBA right
I
now.
relate them to basketball teams.
Okay.
One, because it's a smaller team. There's always 10, 12 guys on the team. And you got your 1, 2, and 3. You know, your big 3, or your big 4, or your starting 5, or your starting 5 with your go-to backups. And it
Who's
has
the
that-
center?
Yeah.
Who's the point guard?
and it has
Do you
that
know
same-
that you're the point guard? You gotta know your position.
Yeah.
your role.
Are you the fast cutter in the shop?
Yeah.
Are you the fade expertise that takes an hour and a half? We don't mind that as long as you play your position. As long as you're available.
Yeah.
Just be available. Come on, we work in a team sport. Like he said, this is basketball. This is not tennis.
Yeah.
You want to go play tennis?
You
Go
can.
play tennis.
Yeah.
You signed up for basketball. Go talk to your parents. Don't talk to me. I'm the coach.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Got you.
Let me raise
There's one ball, and
Jeez.
it's that door.
Wow, that's dope.
Strong.
That was
strong.
deep. He fucked me up. That was one ball.
That's it.
And it's a door.
It's a door.
He killed it.
Have you guys give like
For real though,
give
pass
them,
the door, pass the ball.
you guys give them like sorry,
Take care of that ball.
do you guys give them like a probationary period?
I mean, the probationary period is to really see your character long term. Time could tell. Time heals wounds. Time tells. So at the end of the day, I don't want to give you 2 weeks when I don't know your potential in 4 months.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I could look at your profile or your portfolio. I don't know who helped you with that haircut.
Yeah.
I don't know how you was feeling that day. I got to see you on the bad day. I got to see you arguing with your girl coming in the shop. How you gonna cut that day? You know what I'm saying? I gotta see time behind the barber.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta see what's going on because life happens.
True.
We need to coexist.
Yeah.
This is a coexistence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is me, Ken, separate from this logo. This is Marvin, separate from this logo, but under this umbrella, we making sure the rain don't fall on us.
Yeah.
And when we stick our hands out and we pour a cup out there, everybody's cups get filled. You understand what I'm saying? So this is an umbrella.
Else. Yeah. Think about everybody else. But it's you know, it's good that you guys think this way in terms of business because you have a purpose. It's not just we're just here to make money. Now, money is one of the main things that most people have jobs, but it's good. Me and Marv were talking ahead of time before, and it was like a lot of it is just showing up. You know what I'm saying? Just being here to do it. Because I was talking about my job, and basically, you know, when you're there on the phone, you're talking. Basically, it's really just showing up to be there, and it can be mentally taxing. What is it really? What happens when things are going on awry in your life, and you got to cut somebody's hair? How do you focus and concentrate and push all that stuff out? How do you deal with that?
A lot of people have different ways to deal with it. A lot of people got different problems that they're dealing with, bigger than others. You know, my problem might be small to him. His problem might be big to me. But you gotta be skilled at leaving it at the door.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's a hard skill to master. And I've seen, and you know, we all struggle mastering it. You know, in a way. But that is how you said it. It's about showing up. It's about doing it on your worst day. Can you? This is the worst haircut ever to me, but this client in the chair still is like, yo, I'm about to take over the world with this haircut.
Yeah.
You gotta master that. That's a skill for itself.
Now, the one thing that I did want to ask too is like, how do you teach a novice barber on somebody else's hair how to do a certain thing? Because he's already done it, so it's already been ruined. If the hair's already been done, how do you teach him? Okay, you got to do this line this way. You got to use this cut this way. How do you teach that?
Well, like fix a haircut?
Yeah, how do you fix it?
When you're an expert, you could definitely fix any haircut.
Okay.
You gotta have that vision, that education about head shape and all this, you know, all the good stuff. But at the end of the day, that person, that novice, he needs reps. You need to go to the gym.
Yeah.
You need to put them shots up.
Yeah.
You need to, go on YouTube. Watch me do a haircut. Watch him do a haircut.
I got you.
I need to watch him do a haircut. If you know you struggle with that type of haircut, you gotta go check out how do you do that haircut.
Yeah.
Because what you're gonna do? You're gonna struggle with the next one, or you're gonna find out how to do it.
True. Makes
That's
sense.
something for me. I was like, I had moments where I was like, you didn't think that haircut was nice? You ain't never telling me that again. And that was my motivation. Like I don't want somebody to be like, bro, this haircut's whack. Like, nah, I do not want that. And I'm gonna find out how to give you what you need.
Yeah, I got you.
And at time for a lot of barbers, you were saying earlier, we were talking before, like it makes you want to quit. It makes you want to be like, man, F this shit, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But that's really where it's at.
Man, Dirk, TTMT, you're my partner on the podcast, man. But you asking these Crayola questions, dog. You asking these pretty good questions.
Go ahead.
I gotta ask some serious stuff, because I watch some people like go through life in this business, man. How do you handle, or have you ever had to handle, or heard the story about clients popping out the chair and running out the door? How does that?
What
does that even happen?
So like run out the door?
Yes, like you don't work. You don't work on their head going in, and they just ran out the door. Have you ever had that happen, or you ever heard anybody?
Never happened.
Never happened. That's what I'm talking about. These guys.
I've heard stories.
Have you heard?
I can't recite
I seen
them
Boot
because
Gang.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Boot Gang made it popular, but
And I had a small.
Please don't try that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
What happened?
This is Florida.
What happened?
This is Florida. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
You can't get shot in your back legally, but don't do that. Why?
Look,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
That's all I was thinking about.
Look, that question popped in my head because my personal stylist for my braids, she had somebody just pop out the chair, didn't do the transaction or whatever, worked on his head 4 hours.
So let me ask y'all a question.
You know?
Because you hit me with this Creole shit. How the hell do y'all, yin and yang, get together? How the hell did this even happen? This is like a, he looked like he just divorced. He bought what I'm saying. He bought a Corvette. He bought a condo in Colombia.
Wears a New Balance.
He's on his shit.
Yeah.
And then here you are, tropical shirt, same shoes I own tight as a mug. I don't even lace my shit like
You
that.
don't lace it?
No, I
Man,
don't lace
that's
my
why your
shit.
ankles hurt.
Well, wait, listen. how did this go on? Like, and then how did the conversation for a podcast happen? And then what did y'all think that y'all could actually like where was the level of like, you know what? Y'all was smoking cigars like, yo, I love our conversations. We should talk to other people. Like,
Yo, we gotta have more people on here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So we were in this group called Sincere. Check it out. That's got out right now. Number 33 on Media Base right now. It's very hard to
That was another podcast.
That was a
No, it's another music group. It's a music group. We're musicians.
What type of
so
music?
Gospel music.
Okay.
Gospel.
Y'all
Praise
play
the
like
Lord.
instruments or
I
singing?
play trumpet.
I play guitar.
I play guitar.
Guitar,
I play
guitar,
keys.
like bass.
Sorry, I play keys and bass.
He was a manager.
Yeah,
Stop lying. He was a manager.
He's managed a lot of people.
He's
now.
so-
I managed a lot of people though. I
He managed a lot of people. He just looks that way,
He
right?
looks this way.
And that's
You know,
what
he
he
looks
is.
like he manages some people, man.
I
You
used
see,
to
man?
manage for artists for like 10 years.
Man, that's
Nice,
a big
nice.
thing.
Yeah,
So we're sitting there.
You got the vibes. You got the vibes.
So y'all been
You can definitely go on tour with an
an
artist and make sure shit happens.
Oh, absolutely. We've done it already.
I already know.
Yeah, yeah.
We've been doing this a little minute, about 2 years and some change now.
Yeah, exactly.
So we get ready to go on this trip, and we're like, it's kind of like let's just get it the raw regular degular, like for real. We're on this trip. It's kind of pro bono.
Okay.
So everybody doesn't understand pro bono trips.
Right.
Like you're here to meet the people that you can only meet all at one time at this spot. Like you're going to a convention. When you go to a convention, you're going to meet everybody that you wouldn't see.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, you know what I'm saying, chopping it up. Like, man, and Dirk's like, man, we should do a podcast, man. And I'm like, huh? I'm like, okay. I'm like, we should do a podcast. I'm like, okay. Dirk's got a, you know what I'm saying, he can talk. The brother can talk now. He can talk.
Exactly.
And I give that to him.
Yeah, sure.
So I say, look, man, okay, cool. We get back to Miami. Nothing. I hear nothing from Dirk. And that's very hard to hear. Nothing from Dirk. So I'm like, oh. So that's what was cooking. So I call him. I say, yo, we gotta do the podcast, man. We gotta do it.
Hold on, wait, can I stop you real quick?
Okay, go ahead.
What made you say that to him specifically about
So,
him
you know-
to start a podcast?
Specifically. So me and Daryl like kind of like connect. It's funny because I never would have gotten the group if I didn't meet James and know James. I knew James was the leader of the group initially. Shout out to James. And then I met, of course, Daryl, and we just kind of clicked, man. We just I was like, man, this brother's a cool brother. Then we started talking. I was like, man, I feel like we should document this, man, because we were just riffing off of different things, and and the more we kept riffing, I was like, yo, we should just do a podcast, bro, because like all the stuff we were doing sounded like somebody else should hear it. I felt like somebody else should benefit. So one of the main things about our podcast about Next Level Nation is that shout out to Next Level Nation.
Shout out to Next Level Nation.
is that we were like, okay, we came with D&D Level Up because it was Dirk and Down, right? Level Up Nation. We were in our mindset like every time we get on this podcast, we want to take everything up to the next level. We had one of our things in the podcast is like, which way did you level up? This week. What way did you get from point A to point B this week? And it started pushing me internally, like, yo, what am I doing each week to push myself? You know what I'm saying? And so every time we go on the podcast, we look for individuals who push themselves as well. And then we take a look and we say, okay, like you guys, Fate of the Art, we say, okay, we're going to try to push those individuals up. We want to shine light on somebody else so that they could shine light on somebody else so they could actually see like, yo, that person did it, I could probably do it. But then also because we're inspired by the people that we have on the show, on the podcast, it makes us more intrigued about it, and it also levels us up because now we have knowledge into a base that we've never had knowledge before. We're getting knowledge about barbershop. If somebody wanted to decide to start a barbershop, now you expose some kid to like, yo, you know what? I could do what Marvin Kenny did. I probably could build my barbershop base. Let me take this blueprint. Let me start taking this and taking it to the next level. Because now I got this early. I got some information. I got some game. And now you're presenting that out to the world. And you're leaving a legacy that a person, you don't even know that, you don't even see that individual. And now you've already affected their life. And so it's to affect change in people's lives and to level up. And us for ourselves to level up and push ourselves and keep going into a level that we've never been in, not to get stagnant in life. You know what I'm saying? And it just inspires, just the fact of doing it inspires me. And it keeps me motivated. Just doing it because it's a struggle. You know what I'm saying? It's a struggle to continue to do it every single time. It's like one thing that people don't have in their life. I remember this guy was saying one thing. He's like, you want to try to build consistency, start with your bed. Make your bed every morning. You know what I'm saying? Make your bed every morning. Just make your bed.
Atomic habit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Make a habit. And you make that habit every day. And I did it. I was like, because I was like, what do I make my bed for? I'm going to come right back and mess it up again. It made no sense. But then I started making it every day no matter what. If I'm late, I still make it. I don't care. I'm making it every day because I'm making consistency. I'm building consistency in my life.
Getting in the habit.
You know what I'm saying? Getting in the habit.
Exactly. And not doing it was the opposite.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I would build pride off of that and confidence because I'm like,
to do something else.
Exactly.
And follow suit.
Follow suit.
Yeah.
And you really can't build a business without consistency and foundation.
Yes.
And you guys are really successful. Go ahead, D.
Yeah, man, that's one of my main reasons for keeping going with the podcast was that I was looking for an atomic habit. I was like, I could do this. This might be tough. I might have to drive 20, 35, 30 minutes to get there. But at the same time, I also want to garner some other skills. I never wanted to just be like, I'm always into everything. So I was like, okay, we're going to get started. Okay, cool. I'm going to learn how to record, turn that camera on, get started, stop being afraid to talk. Yeah. Also, I wanted to work on how I spoke. Yeah. So I was like, I don't want to say and so much. Exactly. So in order to stop saying that, you have to hear yourself doing it a lot. And then you go, I gotta stop. One time, one sentence at a time, I gotta stop doing that. And I've noticed that I don't have the ums everywhere. It used to be every freaking word.
I don't even notice
and yeah, and I also secretly I love micromanaging this guy's passion. I'm not even gonna lie. Let me just be real. Yeah. Because it's a lot of passion coming this way. When he's talking, he's speaking from really from his heart. And when he starts talking about this legacy thing, I'm like, yo, it really is about that. At the same time, I was thinking I was just in here, fixing some atomic habits. And I'm in here building a legacy by stopping by Fate of the Art. Shout out Fate of the Art.
Shout out Fate of the Art.
You know what I'm saying? It's a different feeling. And then when we get to sit in the company of such great guys.
Yeah. Good energy.
Business owners. Yeah. Good energy spirits. I see you guys as something I hope to be as a business owner. You know what I'm saying? When I hear y'all guys' stories and I see this happening in front of me, and there's some new stuff. There's some stuff they get ready to do. I can't tell. I can't tell.
You don't come to the
shop.
I
don't come to the shop enough.
He's seen it happening.
But I'm telling you, from just what I've seen so far, guys, we're in for something big. You know what I'm saying? They're not telling us everything, because I don't come to the shop. This, that, and that.
I do.
You know what I'm saying? But
every weekend.
But I'm family, so you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna sneak in. I'm gonna sneak in and find, get the sauce real quick, get the recipe. You know what I'm saying. We're gonna mix it up.
Let's do it.
We're gonna keep one.
We're gonna take a little bit.
We're gonna let them know the salt in there.
Yeah.
How much?
That's what I'm telling y'all. They're keeping this one ingredient out, guys, and I just want y'all to stay tuned to make sure that y'all ready for this.
Oh, man. Next podcast, I was telling you off the podcast. Next podcast.
Ooh.
It's gonna be another setting. It's gonna be
what?
It's gonna be an event.
Okay.
That's just how we gonna play it out. You know what I'm saying? And very looking forward to doing it with y'all fellas, and it's gonna take off. We're gonna go crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? You saw Mike Tyson and Jake Paul type shit.
Oh,
Netflix service shut down. We're trying to do that to YouTube.
Okay.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be on that type of time next time.
Watch out, YouTube. We're coming out to y'all too, you know what I'm saying?
We're streaming at the same time. Relax.
You know what I'm saying?
See you next week.
You're not going to catch Dirk out here, you know what I'm saying, boxing or nothing like that. But, you know what I'm saying? He'll still knock you out. But my boy is good with that. Now, I don't know if we're...
Exactly. How much do you freaking make? Like, how much can a barber make? How much y'all making? Y'all making money like...
Yo, let's get to it, man.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like, are you out here robbing the streets for your haircuts or not? I want to get into the real questions.
Yeah.
When do you decide to raise your prices? When do you decide to hold it for somebody?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I want to let's be real. I want to get into it real.
I would say the obvious answer is you only raise your prices when you're in demand.
Okay.
Nobody's going to sell strawberries and they're $3 on the streets and for $12 unless... your strawberries are like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're the freshest of the freshest.
Okay.
You just picked them.
Yeah.
See, there's levels to your prices now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I know a barber charging $25 right now. I know a barber charging $10,000 for a haircut.
Wow.
And I personally know these people. You know what I'm saying? So, your price determines your success and your level that you're at, but also you have to go for your price. So in this game, you're a boss per se. So if you believe in yourself, you have to go for what you think you're worth.
Gotcha.
If you're gonna do a haircut and you're gonna settle at $60 on a haircut, you gotta come from a place where $25 was your settling at one point, and you built up to that point of $65. But you have to have a track record of how you got to the $65. You didn't just come out the next day and say, my price is $65 now. No. I hone my craft. I use different this. I use different that. I use this product. My skill level, my skill set has gotten to this level. My availability, my professionalism, my... It's so many concoctions inside of the thing.
Consistency,
It's a lot.
Time.
Being but that's what drives your price up. That's where you go from $25 to $10,000 a haircut. You're all of that combined. He mentioned earlier, try to be a little bit of both, or be a little bit of everything. Be a little bit of everything. That means in this game, I tell people all the time, you're never a master. You're always a student of the game. Trends are changing. The 80s, it was a different style than the 90s. The 90s is not what the haircuts they getting today.
True.
Nobody even knows what to call the kids
like
with the little
the kid and play.
The kid and play. You
fade,
go to school like that today as a kid, you're gonna get laughed at so bad you got trauma.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? But back in the day, Will Smith made it popular with no fade. It was just a line. You know what I'm saying? So your price determines on your value of your knowledge.
I just imagine y'all just doing high top fades out here for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But
to answer your question, in this shop, we've determined our value, and all of those things combined, that we own up to the fact that we own a little bit of everything, and the plan is to not settle at this price. The plan is to provide more.
What's the average price for a barber to make per year? What's the average?
Depends on the state.
Oh, really? Depends on. So for Florida, then?
I would say Florida. My average would be honestly 75,000, and that's just showing up to work. If you're showing up and you're in a decent shop in a decent area, you should be at least making $75,000 a year, not trying to do it.
Oh, I got
That's just a barber salary that actually wants to be a barber.
Let me ask you a question.
In my opinion. No, don't get me wrong. A regular go hard barber should easily make 6 figures.
Okay.
Easily.
Which makes sense. But I never see it on barbers.
But what I'm saying is an average. You're talking about like the worst barber ever that's in the shop making $40,000 a year, just you know, doing his thing. To the 100,000, we'll go 75 average. Now, if you put in that pain, you should be making 6 figures.
Okay. Sometimes I see with barbers, majority of the time, I don't see that on them. They're making 6 figures, you can tell, because they're making money. But do they waste the money or they put it into other things? I never really see them flashy that much. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in the cars. I mean, what do you see?
Everybody, you know, everybody's situation is circumstantial. Of course, you know, a single guy with no family and
shout out JP driving Corvettes. JP
got
a Corvette. JP Corvette pulling up, baby.
You know, once you start putting your money towards certain different things, then of course, you know, your lifestyle will change.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, how he says 6 figures is very doable. It's not. If you really break down the math, it's not hard to do. You just got to show up, be consistent. Consistency. And I think as a whole, same thing, talking to all barbers, and we're all getting better at it because barbering is finally getting respected and treated with respect from its own barbers. Because I feel like the last generation of barbers weren't respecting their own craft. And that's why we have this whole, I'm not going to pay you $80 for a haircut. But the new gen, they know there is value in the haircut.
Correct.
We're catching up to the what they call it, the cosmetologist, the hair salon.
No, we got a long way to get to them.
But
they making too much.
It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. And we lack, barbers as a whole lack the financial discipline.
That's what I'm about to ask you.
Anybody that makes money every 30 minutes is going to lack financial. It's easy to lack that financial discipline. So that's where, you know, your mindset has to come in. I'm doing this with this. I'm doing this with this 50. I'm doing this with this 50. This is all for my bills. This is for saving. This is for taxes. This is for investment.
And it's comfortability, bro. Like people, you know, in the barber game, you could easily succeed more money than you would with a person with a college education.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying? So the fact that you're spoiled enough to get this amount of money every day, consistency, but you don't have someone operating your check. You don't have somebody telling you, Sam's taking out this. You don't have this, that's this. You don't have these deductions right away.
Even the fact that you get it every 2 weeks will do something different to your brain. Knowing that you got, you know, $1,000, $2,000 every 2 weeks that just came to you. Okay, now I could put 500 here, 600 here, 700, whatever. Versus, I just got 120. Then another 2 hours passed by, I got another 200. Like for a lot of barbers, it's a lot.
And the thing is, what I think
we're
about
getting
barbers
better
are doing,
barbers are getting more financially literate and disciplined.
They're getting.
We got the money.
The game kind of like merged with a lifestyle. Which barbering comes with a lifestyle. You understand? So if I clock in at Publix, shout out to all my people at Publix. If I clock out at Publix and I leave Publix, I'm not getting paid like he said, so 2 weeks. So I'm not really necessarily receiving an instant gratification for the work that I put in. Here you receive an instant gratification. So you supersede what the actual reality of life is.
True.
Because if you go put a lottery ticket in for $50 and you win 20 million, you're gonna ask yourself a question the next day in life: what is life?
Because
I can do what I want.
Exactly.
So it's like barbers supersede the actual situation that they're actually in because they don't think about the past as much.
Yeah.
That's why you blessed as a barber to actually go up in the ranks.
Yeah.
And do your thing starting from the mud and get into this level.
Yeah.
I've seen barbers get paid,
It's a blessing and a struggle.
$100, $2 to $100, $200, $300 for one haircut.
Wow.
And they feel like they're on top of the world. But what you gonna do tomorrow? What you gonna do next week?
Yeah.
You just, yo, 200. Yo, we out. I'm out of here. Bye, guys. I'll see y'all later. Like,
oh my God.
And I seen it a lot. I seen it a lot. But it
Give us
do
some
be like
water.
that.
We gotta go.
Yo.
Yo, listen.
Yo.
Shout out to Next Level. Fuck about man.
Yo.
No, but seriously though, man, he's in the nail on the head, man. You know, these barbers nowadays, especially pandemic kind of messed the game up. You know what I'm saying?
They fixed the game a lot too.
Look,
I give the pandemic credit.
Pandemic, I'll give them credit. The thing is with the pandemic is it put barbers on that respectable level.
Okay.
But it made respectable barbers in the barber field who didn't put in that real work to feel entitled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So barbers that was back in the old school vibes, they should have got the raise because of what the pandemic did. But
cut some hair.
Yeah.
the young boys coming in
Yeah,
are just
yeah. So you guys compared to like women who do like hair, they make way more money than you guys do.
Whoa! Don't say that.
Do they?
No, don't say that.
Okay, I'm asking.
It's levels.
I'm asking.
They can. Per
Generally,
one client.
No, it's not the same thing.
Per one client, they can.
It's not the same.
It's not the same thing.
But at the same time, those women are doing maybe, let's say,
2-3 heads a day for like
girls
8
for
hours
4 hours.
That's true. You're right because
So-
you have more quantity. They have like less.
So
But
it's
the thing is,
different.
it's a new level nowadays in the game, man.
Social media is
you can easily make so much money off of a small clientele.
Yeah.
You got to market yourself out. Marketing is everything now. You know what I mean? It's a business we're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's why, let me talk to all the barbers out there. Listen, guys, you are your own business. So let me get this clear. When you work at a barbershop, you're signing up to merge your business with this business. Now, if you want to be your own entity and you want to be your own barber and your own lane and you want to get money and you want to charge whatever you want to charge and you don't agree with the shop price and you don't like the people that you work with and you don't like the owner how he acts and you don't like this and you don't like that, by all means, move on and do your thing because you are your own boss.
Do it right.
So we respect people who move on and do their own thing. We do not respect people who want to be kind of like a
Leech.
no, not a leech. Not a leech. I'm not gonna say a leech. I'm gonna say like just at the end of the day, you know,
you covert.
Just if you don't, no. This is what I'm trying to say.
With yourself.
No, this is what I'm trying to say for real. Is a quote that said, "If you don't like the situation you're in, blame yourself because you are the only person that's keeping you in a situation.
Correct.
You are the only person in power to change your situation. So the fact that you're there, to complaining about something, is the fact that you shouldn't even complain at all because you must like it enough
to stay
to weigh out the facts that you're not leaving.
Yeah, you're not willing enough to make any sacrifices to get out of it because you're comfortable there.
100%.
Yeah.
And you know, at the end of the day, I understand people have situations and this and that, and they need but at the end of the day, that's why you need to believe. You need to be a Christ follower. You know what I'm saying? And respect everybody's. This is my opinion. You need to have faith in yourself. Faith is a big word, y'all. Y'all gotta understand. We have faith in each other. This is what faith is. It's when you blindingly follow someone. You will blindingly, I will go with him and grab his hand blind and follow him, knowing damn well he's not going to lead me off a cliff.
Yeah.
That's what faith is.
Yeah.
You have to have faith. So go out there, put the blindfold on, and trust in yourself, and don't walk over a cliff. That's it.
Nope.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, Dirk.
Don't do it.
We good with that. Now, I don't know if we're continuing with this. I like the way this is going.
Yeah.
But if you guys, I don't know what time it is. What time?
Yeah,
it is.
it's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock on the dot, bro.
It's 10 o'clock on the dot. I called it at 10.
You called it at 10, bro.
Hey, let's call it at 10, man.
Yeah,
right here on the Next Level Nation podcast. And if you don't know, now you know. Yo, peace.
I like that.
Deuces.
Okay.
Hey,
that was dope, bro.
yo.
You already know.
I hope we achieve the goal we came out with.
We